Hello there, how's your day? Ame Gakita. Well, I guess my voice isn't working as it used to be. But yeah, today just basically a very simple stream of me just doing a little bit of chit-chatting, and I still have a bit of leftover of potato chip. Mind you guys, I didn't really like it finished it, so in a way like I say that it is potato chip. There is still some left over, and mind you guys, it's actually better if I don't eat too much. So even if I get a big ruffle or whatever you want to call it, or potato chip or trita or whatever kind of that, it's just basically just potato chip. Okay, I'm just going to slowly. You guys should be able to hear the plastic sound, but yep. Yes, I am just going to eat a simple potato chip, and you guys can't really stop me. I mean, like, I'm just slowly enjoying food though. But I'm not going to think too much, I think. At least that's what I think. Like even yesterday I was thinking of like rebranding my name, Ame Gakita, in a way. And quite many people give me the suggestion that just keep your damn name. not gonna say it's bad, okay. I mean, like Ame Gakita has been kind of like, how I said it, the rain is here in a way, and I kind of like say that, but I guess I can understand why there are some people who think that just keep your damn name. It's even if people gonna mistaken the rain is coming, but if people know you, it's you. If people don't know it's you, then yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, I forgot to press the music. Oh no, at least I'm not mistakening on the mistyping or whatever. At least as long as it work, it work. Even like I am set open to open the so-called membership in a way. I'm not gonna like overthink too much on that for now, because I'm actually paying someone to do it. So that kind of like gonna take quite a while, take quite a bit of timing to do, but yeah, I can't really overthink too much though. I mean, like, getting the show is really causing me to can't think of many things. For a person who loves to overthink. Many of you guys, I do like to think a lot, in a way, but unable to think too much also kind of like affecting me in a bad way though. But I'm just gonna enjoy some biscuit. Not biscuit, potato chip, sorry. I'm so used to biscuit, now I can't even eat biscuit. And yeah, I'm eating potato chip. Now because my stomach is also kind of like, can't eat too many biscuit apparently. Like it's not that I can't eat. It's more like I have to eat food under control, not too much, not a bit of this or not a bit of that along the line, so that I don't eat too much along the line. Just basically that's what they think. But I definitely have to enjoy some potato chip once in a while though, but I've been eating it for 2 days, so that's a whole new different story. And I also do need to play Genshin and games and what's not, in case you guys are wondering. Like, there is Genshin I haven't streamed yet. Honkai Star Rail I did one simple stream out of nowhere. Then there's also like Zelda Zone Zero, which I've been playing for the past few days. And yet today is their update, and normally I will be playing that game. Like, I have to be honest, like normally I'll be playing the game, but I kind of like make a bet with one of my real life friends who love to take note of like Zelda Zone Zero theory and basically all the MiHoYo theory. And it's kind of like funny that she told me that better don't play the game yet, and I was like, okay, I'm not gonna touch the game for now. Like, not saying like I'm not gonna touch the game, it's basically just me just touching dailies and whatnot, but just don't think too much, not going to like say what I'm doing on the game or what I'm going to predict on the game. Like it's really kind of like they're just going to just slam us with how I call it, like more hint, more clue, more whatsoever in the game. At least that's what I think. But when it comes to theory making, you have to look at a lot of detail, you have to look at a lot of things, you have to look at this, you have to look at that. There is every little game or every little side quest that does play a little bit of part along the line. And for Genshin, I kind of like predict in a way that is correct. Zone Zero, Hokai Star Rail, sorry. Zone Zero is kind of like in the way that I'm guessing correctly. But Hokai Star Rail, the one where I wasn't expecting myself to predict 2 patch correct, even though I was down, unconscious, in a way unable to play the game for 1 month plus. I wasn't expecting that the one patch that I wasn't around for MiHoYo game for the Hokai Star Rail. When I say that, hey, they're going, I made a bet where, oh, they're just gonna show us Hyacinth and Hyacinth or and the cat, and I predict that they are just going to put a cliffhanger that tell us about Pion, where people say that, oh, he's actually another Pion. Yeah, it's actually one of the past Pion along the line, and the world is actually infinite. It's the infinite sign because it's actually showing things that is repeating in a circle along the line. And when I made that prediction, it was kind of like I was actually making a joke. like huge part of me was actually thinking like, hey, maybe I'm just thinking of a joke, maybe that was just a random theory where MiHoYo was going to throw at us something along the line. I was not expecting MiHoYo actually go with that line, okay? Like huge part of me wasn't aware of that. So when one of my friends in real life actually said that, like she say that don't let anyone know. Like hell, she doesn't even know I'm a VTuber. Yet she come and say that don't make me curse you just because you got a stroke. Just don't put up the thing again along the line where you're gonna be correct again. Like huge part of me wasn't aware that I was going to be correct. Okay, like huge part of me. Like I thought that I was going to be wrong. I thought I was going to be like just telling people that, hey, it's just a joke. It's not like MiHoYo is going to go with that route. Wow. I guess I should really shut up during that live stream because hell, I didn't even know that MiHoYo go with that route. Like huge part of me wasn't aware of it. Okay, like sometimes making a theory, sometimes it's like, to me it's just making a joke, making a like maybe it will go this route, maybe it will go that route, maybe it may end up being in that route. But theory by many people has always not about being correct or wrong. It's just what do you think? Like, do you think that the theory will go this route? Will it go that route? Will it end up in another direction, or will it end up in one specific direction? So the thing is, like for Hokai Star Rail, I wasn't expecting myself to predict 2 patch correct in one go. Like huge part of my brain wasn't thinking of that. And I was actually kind of surprised when I regained my like you guys have to understand, like I regain my memory in some form. I wake up, I regain reconscious, whatever how you guys want to call it. I wasn't expecting like huge brain of my mind or my brain along like losing conscious is one thing, losing memory is one thing, but being told right off the bat when I was in, when I slowly waking up, and then when my friend called me and said that, what happened to you? I've been trying to contact you for along the line. Yeah, you couldn't contact me because I was actually in the unconscious form. so it was kind of like funny, at least to me. Like I wasn't expecting myself to be correct. Like sometimes when I scold people, I will hopefully think that sometimes I'm wrong, sometimes I'm just being like overthinking along. Like no one will care when a person like being correct all the time. Like it's kind of like maybe just my thought. Sometimes just being correct can be also a bit overstepping. It can also be considered like you unthinking along the line. But it's scary though when you came to theory, when you are when sometimes the prediction just go in the right direction. Like even I myself sometimes do look at other YouTube channel like Cat with Blue Hat, and there was one historical that I haven't watched for quite a long while. So sometimes when people use like reference from story or game in a way, they are just thinking based off, not just based on evidence from the game, but they are using like real life reference. Like a lot of game using real life reference is actually considered good. Like there is some form of reference, there is some sort of direction in a way. But the thing is, that would also break the game in the wrong direction, may only but not directly, because sometimes you want the origin of your game, because if your game is based off a real life reference, it may not go in the right direction. So sometimes when people use real life reference, I say yes you can, but to what extent do you want to copy it? Does it prove that you want to use like 100% or maybe like 50% or maybe like 10%? Like it always kind of like you have to imagine, like if they use reference, are they using it 100%, or maybe they just using like, oh, the design is based off this or based off that. Like they can use the 10% of the art from a specific design, and then another 10% they use from another real life story, another game, manga, anime. Because if we are talking about MiHoYo, where they call themselves the slogan of like the otaku, you have to imagine that they may be using reference from different game to an extent, not entirely, but at least to a little bit. So that you have to ask like, how little is that little bit? Because it may not be entirely 100%, it may be just to an extent. So this is one of the things that sometimes when I tell some of my theory friends, like to what extent do you believe it is going? Is it going in a like maybe like 5% or 10% or 100%? Like you have to wonder to what extent. So if they're using it and if they're 100%, you'll be like saying like 1:1 already, not like one, and that this is just based off that. So you have to understand that it can be like based off this, based off that. Like you can see like a few reference of things in game. Like for me, who used to study game design, all these things, like there is always one of the things that I remember one of my lecturer told me was, sometimes you use it as reference of an original thing, but how much do you want to follow? And that kind of like stick to my mind for quite a long while, so that when I do come up with theory or whatsoever, like to what extent do I believe that what is this based off on, what is that based on? Like there's so many things that we have to be very very careful. Even I myself, when arguing with people, sometimes I have to come up with like my mind will just think out of like, okay, to what extent is this person correct, to what extent is this person wrong? Like there is just so many reference and a lot of things to reconsider at time. So if the person is correct, good, but if the person come up with an argument that is just basically just trashing you up, then obviously that's a whole new different story, right? Even me eating potato chip during a live stream, that's a whole different story, okay? I can't do cooking stream, okay? Like based on my condition, I can't do cooking stream, but at least I can do a eating stream, like eating a potato chip. And Mario Kart is actually basically still the level of Battle just from yesterday though. But yeah, if only eating a potato chip where you can just choose whatever you buy and eat, it's basically making like rebranding your name is another whole new thing. But yeah, tonight I can't do too long of a stream in a way, considering that tomorrow I have to go for body checkup. Even if the place is like near to my house, like even if it's like used to be 10 minutes walk, I think. Like it used to be a 10 minutes, or maybe it might be 20 minutes walk along the line, but I might have to take the transport now. Like the transport make it easier to travel even if the place like 10 minutes walk there. But my health still matter, okay? Like a lot of things I used to like walking is exercise, okay, no matter how you guys think. Like I know some people will be thinking like running is better, but if you walk long distance, you see more things, you go more things. Like even like window shopping is also a form of exercise, at least to me, okay? So normally I go just take I don't usually take transport. I just walk to the shopping mall nearby, but now I can't do that. It's another whole new different story though. Even I have my helper need to talk to her family or something along the line. So if you guys hear some noise in the background, do understand that. But to be honest, it's really kind of like funny in a way where a lot of people ask like, why are you? I thought you're the type of person who don't like maid or helper or whatever. If I can do a lot of things alone, yes, definitely I will be definitely liking that a lot. But for my condition right now, not really a good thing, especially like every time when I think about like, oh, can I get out of the hospital? Yes, you can, unless you have a maid. What? But she had been very, very helpful. She had been helping with the house chores, cleaning the floor, washing the clothes, all these things. It's like she is really good at a lot though. Even the cooking of her is good. So sometimes I have like, even I used to work as an assistant chef in a way. High end, low end, yes, I worked quite a few in Japan last time. Like it wasn't a bad thing for me because I get to learn some new recipe at home, to use at home, sorry. And there's a lot of recipe that I do want to, like if I want to teach my sister or I have to teach my family or even her, at least in a way it is a good thing because I don't really need to just say that I just don't teach them. Like I can cook a little bit, show them, and then if they like it, maybe in future we'll do it again. If not, we'll at least see how it goes, maybe another recipe we can come out with. But even that being said, I even attended, not like I keep saying, like I used to attend manga and animation course in Japan, not just Japanese only. One of the things that I also attended as a so-called like sideline was also cooking classes. And hell, I got quite a few cooking recipe, all in Japanese language. That I sometimes do read through them, and yes, it's kind of lucky that I still remember a lot of Japanese language, which is a good thing. Because if I don't, I'll be questioning what the hell have I been stuck in Japan for 6 years though. It's just that I'm kind of concerned that tomorrow I can't do a stream in a way because the day after I will have to go out for rehab early in the morning, 9 AM. They don't really have any time later, but they put time earlier, so I can't really complain too much though. Can't do alone. You know, people keep saying that I'm doing live stream. Even supposed to be like today, I'm not supposed to do live stream, but I'm just gonna eat some potato chip and talk a little bit. Maybe I should leave some for tomorrow live stream. I'm not streaming tomorrow though. Yeah, I can't finish. I can't finish too much later. Not saying that potato chip are bad. If I can eat it for if I can normally eat it in one day, it's kind of like one thing though. I mean, even just a little bit of potato chip, I have to drink water already. Normally I drink soda, but so at least water is better than nothing. At least to me, okay? Don't need to worry. I'm gonna put my potato chip in the fridge. I'll be right back in a while. Okay. Okay, I'm back. Pretty hard room, but oh well. I'm just going to eat some ice cream, I think. And then once that's done, normally like this timing when I wonder if the like Vanessa and the others are sleeping there. I have to like restrict myself from eating too much sweet stuff. But I'm eating a very simple ice cream. This will be done in a few bites, I think. My mouth is still sensitive in a way. Yeah, at least I finished the ice cream. But it's still cold to my mouth. Okay. Now better. At least I don't need to worry, I think. I'm just doing a little bit of water, even if it's just to wash my mouth. You just took over. Hi, otsukaresama. Oh. Hey, at least I enjoy some potato chip and some ice cream before. Later, once I end the stream, it will be me instantly going to sleep. Like, I can't think too much, okay? Not saying like I really want to do random chat. I see quite a lot of people having a lot of random chat. There is the VTuber one where I kind of like predict it correctly, and somehow, wow, people are talking about it, not about the thing that I used to talk about. Like in last time when I said like, oh, Niji Sanji is going to just slowly let someone slowly disappear and then say they separate or something. Well, they really did. Yeah, I wasn't expecting ice cream, okay. At least there's something, a little bit of good thing, enjoying a bit of like snack before I sleep. At least that's what I think, right? Okay. Like, not overthinking, don't do this, don't do that is one thing, but to me, a little bit of potato chip, not a whole bag, okay? Like, I could, like not together. Like, I finish a bit of potato chip. Like, I can't eat too much potato chip for some reason, okay? Like I know a lot of people love like eating food together. Yeah, for me, I can't. I don't want to. Like, if I can eat two at one go, it'd be like, oh my, why not just go to McDonald's or any other fast food restaurant and just eat a freaking hell two food at one go along the line. Like, it's called enjoying food, like dipping French fry into ice cream along the line, okay? But it's not something that a lot of people will think about, not a lot of people will wonder about. For me, if I'm thinking like about it, it's already a good thing in a way, okay? I know you took off your word now, but at the same time, like tomorrow morning, once I sleep, I have to wake up early, prepare some food, eat something, and then go to the let's just say go to a clinic, hospital, along what you want to call it, and then do a full body checkup again. Like, Like I have to do the full body checkout. I have to make sure like the document I bring is relevant with the things I need to bring to just to show that, hey, you know what, guys, I'm a 36 years old man who just got a stroke along the line. Like, dude, I can't think too much. But yeah, I as much as I want to do a lot, that is always like restriction, a lot of things I have to be very, very careful about. And in a way, I have to be very careful though. Even I myself was thinking like, rebranding my name is one thing, and then it's like, wow, rebranding my name. I mean, like, sure, I will be still called Ame, which is not wrong, but I just not sure about a lot of stuff though. Like a lot of things I have to be very, very careful, especially more so like one of the things I realized that after getting a stroke, like this is just my experience, so not every stroke person have it. Maybe, I don't know. Like one of the things is that I realized that I cannot overthink. They did an operation like twice, okay, over my brain, one in the front, one on the side, and just to remove something in my brain, and to prevent future blood from overflowing my head, they have to do a third operation over my belly to attach a tube from my brain all the way to my belly area, so that any future blood that keep accumulating over my brain will always go to my belly area, at least to my belly to flush it out. So it's really kind of like one of the things that, because when you overthink things, blood always go to your head, and then when you overthink, you cause a head pain along the line, not headache only, okay? So when that actually happened, like I have to be very, very careful now. I can't, like when people say, oh, you got a stroke, you can't get angry. Yeah, because you get overflow with things to your head, or you get overthinking along the line. So it's not only like you can't overthink, you can't get angry, you can't get too emotion. Like I have to be very, very careful with my emotion to prevent overthinking, not and as well as don't overthink naturally, which is something that I always tend to do. So one of the things that I have to be very, very careful nowadays is that to prevent headache or head pain or whatever you guys want to call it, is not just like, oh, just lie down on bed. Like the moment you lie down on bed and you continue thinking, it is going to continue the pain in a way though. Screaming at YouTube. Yeah, I have to be very careful though. So in a way, it's like, one of the things I tend to overthink is always the random chat. The random chat series is like almost 510. And then I was going to look at the YouTube and I was like, oh my god, there's so many things happen during my 1 month plus of disappearance. And mind you guys, like 1 month plus of me getting a stroke and being at the hospital recovering, but able to recover fast enough is really kind of like a miracle. At least it's considered a miracle, because not only was it considered the most serious type of stroke, I don't even know how to pronounce the name, it's a long name. Me able to talk, move, although slowly, can't think, but at least can still think a little bit. That is what I think is the best thing to do. For now, it's at least like surviving and not able to like tell you guys in a way that was kind of like causing a bit of like when I finally regain my cautious, when I start thinking. And one of the things I was worried was not just my YouTube channel, but I was actually worried about most of you guys who always tend to come to my live stream to chit chat, to discuss stuff, to understand more of the thing that is happening for the past few days. Every time when I do my random chat, or even when I do like play games, at least we'll kind of like discuss about it a little bit. And it's really one of the things that I was kind of concerned that I wasn't able to inform many of you guys, except a few who was able to follow me on Discord, and most of them start to be aware. They wasn't able to spread on YouTube in a way, but I mean like just a tiny, kind of like a tiny VTuber, okay. Even when they say, "Oh, you're just a small VTuber, and you got a few views," sorry, if I got less than 10 viewers every single day, it means kind of like, yeah, I'm still growing slowly, still considered a tiny little one, but yeah, I actually lost my cautious for nearing a month because they have to put me to they have to like so-called put me to sleep because they have to do operation over my brain. So in a way, I couldn't be awake. And it was kind of funny that during the first 4 days, apparently, that they put me to sleep. Like they when I was in hospital, I was like apparently, okay, this is just apparently, okay, that I vomit blood. I keep complaining my headache, my head is pain, and over the body check they do an MRI scan over my brain, and a full X-ray on my body, and they even put a freaking those kind of scoop camera through my mouth all the way to my belly just to check why am I bleeding, why am I vomiting blood, and it was kind of like anyone who saw that or even whoever hear that, the first thing I can assure you guys that even when Shiro, you mentioned that scared the hell out of you, right? Yeah, it scared the hell out of my family, my relative, and a few who know about it. Even the nurse was actually also, and even the doctor was scared to the point that when they was thinking about how to we operate on Ame Gakita, it was kind of like in the most gotcha moment for me, because apparently they say that 50% of the doctor disagree to do the operation and only 50% agree to do it. It was on the fourth day when they finally confirmed like a lot of things they can do. Even like the so-called best neurosurgeries doctor finally say that, hey, we must do this. If not, this Ame Gakita will be gone forever. That it dropped out, that it actually increased to 75% of the doctor agree to do it. So thank whichever God who saved me, thanks to the ancestor whoever saved me. Like, dude, having been kind of like agreed by 75, and when they did the surgery on me, it was like considered one of the dangerous one, because they have to do all three operations almost at the same time, okay? Like they have to do the head, the front, the back, the stomach area. Like dude, it's really kind of like they have to shave my head is one thing, I don't mind. But then having to shave my head and then do the operation, and when my family told me that when I was so-called pulled out of the operation, when I was in the ICU, the intensive care unit, there was tube attached to me. There was not just through my mouth, not just only through my nose, but actually also having tube attached to my body, okay? They have to like attach, and they have to slowly remove it. When it was considered alright for it to be removed. That was like that was what I was told. And when they can finally like touch me, it took them a few days for them to remove slowly from the ICU to another so-called can get near ICU along the line. And that was one of the considered so-called, a lot of my relatives who come and see me, a lot of them, even like my sister and her husband, their side of their mother, not just my mother, but my sister husband parents even came to look at me. They saw like my eyes open, but I couldn't talk, I couldn't do anything. I was just looking at like into the ceiling, something along the line. It's kind of like funny that they can feed me, I can bring along the line, but I was so-called unconscious because my brain wasn't working. But yeah, my mouth can move, my eyes can touch. Like it just basically, I thought I would be like brain dead along the line, okay? And when you say that was like really my first reaction at the time. But able to survive that, and it took them like 20 days or 21 days. I think it's just basically around 3 weeks time. that I finally regain my memory, when I regain my conscious, when I regain everything. I look at the ceiling and the first thing came out of my mouth was basically like, why am I in the hospital? Like a lot of things that can come out from my mouth was basically like, why am I in the hospital? Where am I? And all my family that was there, they were all shocked. They were very happy to see that I regained my memory. Like when you think that I lost my culture, yes, I lost my culture for that long. And within a few days, they told me that they're going to bring me to another hospital. The hospital, they want me to like recover fast, so they said, okay, we will bring him to another hospital for rehab. So basically, the day one or 2 days for me, I think, that I have to move from the operational hospital to the rehabilitation hospital. And although it was kind of like a short trip in a way, mind you guys, it cost around almost $100, and that alone is already one thing. But I have to go to another hospital to start exercising. Like first day they don't tell me to do this, but the next day they say that, okay, we want you to start walking. The moment I stand up, my head start getting pain. Like they give me like some sort of like painkiller, but it was considered something most people tend to eat. I say that, sorry, I like 5 minutes only. Like 5 minutes only. Me just sitting down or me just standing up, I instantly have a head pain. Just that moment. I couldn't think, I couldn't say what. Like all my family witnessed it. Every day of my unconscious, they didn't know about that. I wasn't aware of that. So when I go to the second hospital, I told them that I'm having a head pain. It took them like 2-3 days for them to ask my main doctor in the operational hospital what kind of, should they increase like those stage, or should they actually like change the medicine. Then after that they decided to change it to a more stronger painkiller, a blue and white one. Whoever know it, you will know it. It's one of the strongest one, and it's not recommended to be eaten forever. But I have to eat that during the hospital stay. Like morning eat once, afternoon I have to eat once. If I feel not feeling well, if not at night time, I have to eat once. And it helps so much. I have to admit, even if it's like helps so damn much, I have to be very careful when I agree to return home. Like the doctor and the pharmacy, they say that this is one of the strongest painkiller ever. Please control your intake. And the moment I get released from the hospital, I never ate it anymore, except one time when I wasn't feeling well. But I was able to control my my head pain, so that I realized that when I got a head pain, if I feel anything, I lie on bed. And it was like one of the moments where I don't need to think too much, I don't want to overthink too much. All I need to do is like when it happened, I just need to lie down on my bed. So if you guys hear like midstream that I say that, okay, I'm gonna lie on my bed for a while, yeah, probably that means that I'm having a headache, and it just took around a few minutes of resting to feel better. Not like 1 hour, 2 hours, like just a few moments to let my brain stable, calm down, whatever along the line. Because if here's another that, like I can't overthink too much nowadays. Like I have to let my brain chill, relax, don't overthink. But at the very least, I can like one of the things I have to be very, very careful is that, like, yeah, I like you can say it's hydromorphone, but I would definitely say that I have to lie on my bed for a few minutes to let my brain stable, sit down, relax a bit. And the thing is, right, when I was diagnosed with that, we thought was just head pain. It's just common among the people who got stroke, but having to eat the strongest one ever is really one of the things I scared. So if possible, if I can don't eat painkiller, I'll be happy. But if I have to like going to suffer that pain when I'm outdoor, like let's say for example I go shopping or I go and eat something and I start having head pain, yes, I have to be very very careful, and I need to be careful in a way, because like if I'm not careful enough, how I don't want to like faint on outdoor and people just bring me to the hospital and something along the line, like it's gonna cause a lot of problem though. So excuse me. Yeah, I have a group in Discord to talk to. Is the link should be under the description below if you are interested. If not, yeah, there's sometimes like people always asking me a lot of things. So if I'm not doing live stream, I do reply in Discord. But it's kind of like depend on situation, because sometimes I do have to check the discussion. Like some discussion I feel like keep quiet, I'll just keep quiet. But one of the things I wasn't expecting myself to keep quiet was definitely like, imagine like 1 month plus later I can't return and you guys ask me, Ame, where do you disappear to? I disappeared because of stroke. Imagine how many people of you will be surprised about that. Hey, at least I survived, okay? Like getting a freaking stroke at 36 years old is really a kind of like, well, like I go to, a lot of my neighbors ask me like, are you alright or whatever? Like we all say the same thing. Commonly, it will be like 50 and above. Stroke, those who got stroke, okay? Whatever kind of stroke, your heart, your brain, your any other body part that is causing the stroke, yeah, you have to be like mostly common 50 plus. But yeah, I guess like me 36, when I say I'm an old man in a way, when I kind of like, my persona of the character is basically a old man in a way. Yeah, you can't really call yourself an old man now because I got a freaking stroke. Hey, at least, at the very least, okay, she was on. In a way, when I say my character is the old man cat, yeah, you guys can't deny that part anymore, because it just so happened that it had like it just to happen. Okay, I'm not into character in a way. My health decided to have it happen. I wasn't expecting it, okay? like you guys have to understand one thing. Like a lot of things I can't do anymore. I have to be very careful. I can't do this, I can't do that. Like I can't even like moving around, walking around, I have to be very careful. And what you guys may not be aware of, right? Like you guys have to understand one thing is that I was so-called bedridden for a month plus. So there was a lot of my muscles so-called didn't move, and they operation of my belly and my brain in a way. So the thing is, right, when I try standing up for the first time, my leg don't have muscle. Like I couldn't walk. I have to force myself to do exercise on bed alone without many of the nurse knowing it. And when I was able to slowly walk, when I was able to exercise so-called and walk long distance, the only thing that caused me was the pain in my brain. So 5 minutes was able to slowly improve into 14 minutes of standing up or sitting up. But overthinking was like, I have to like be very very careful and a lot of things. And because of my determination to recover fast so that I can come back and do a short video that you guys saw, although it was supposed to be 5 minutes, but I didn't expect myself to do a 9 minute plus. Like I was able to inform many of you what truly happened. And even till now, me just kind of like giving you guys a bit of feedback, a bit of things. Yes, I know you guys are concerned, I know you guys are wondering, but that feeling was one of the goal for me to think. Like even when I was in hospital, when they asked me like what is your job, I just said I'm a VTuber. Like you guys have to understand one thing is that a man with a mustache and then just say that I'm a VTuber. And I did shave, okay. I do shave my beard away. But the thing is, right, not only is it better for me, but at the same time, at least that I'm able to come back to do live stream a little bit, chit chat. I can't do long stream anymore. 2 hours so far is still considered maximum for me, even though I used to do like 4 or 5 or 10 hours along the line. But now I can't do that anymore. I can only do like 1-2 hours, and then I would say, okay, I need to rest because I have to recover my brain, and and it's really one of the things that I have to be very careful is I have to slowly recover, slowly like doing live stream, and I know like Sherry-san yesterday I was like she did ask me like, hey, you're still recovering and you're doing live stream every day. No one should be doing that, right? Doing live stream, at least for me, is like gaining the mental to slowly train my brain back into live stream as being a live streamer, and also kind of like a lot of things I have to be very careful. I have to think of like I'm caring for my health, but at the same time I'm still able to talk to many of you guys. Okay, it's just a random chat and random video that I used to do will have to put on hold. I will still try to upload them if I can, when I'm in a better condition or when I have the energy to do so. But if I overdo myself, then it'll be causing a lot of problem for me, and I don't really want you guys to be too concerned or overthink it in a bad way. Like, if you guys can rest up, good, because I do want to rest up at around the same time, and kind of like want you guys not to overthink it. Even now myself, right, when I realized that part of my face feel a bit painful, okay, it's the same thing when in hospital when I feel it. Like, I feel a little bit of pain. I will have to say that I will drop a few hints saying like, hey, maybe I have to stop along. And when I say I have to, in the past I used to drop in like, hey, you guys want to go and rest out along the line? Like, I would say you guys because I want you guys to rest out. But at the same time now, I have to admit it that if I'm not feeling well, I would just say that, hey, I need to go and rest out. I also want you guys to rest up. So it's kind of like I slowly train myself. Yes, like Pio-san, you mentioned putting a limit on what I can do. It's kind of like putting a limit, because if I don't control it, it will be controlling me. So I have to slowly do live streaming almost on a daily basis if I can, but I will have to rest up. And if I say that, hey, you guys, I need to rest up, I hope you guys can understand that it's just probably me having a bit of headache or something. But if I say I want to rest out a bit and I'll be back in a while, that probably mean that I lie on my bed. But if I say that I'm going to do a rest, it mean that, yeah, like something like right now, yeah, it's probably part of my brain is slowly cracking, or not really, not cracking. It's like a bit of crack along the line. Like, it mean that I have to rest out. So the thing is, right, I will try to control coughing. I'll drink a bit of water because it's not real cough, but it's just kind of like me talking a bit too much, or I being put on limit along the line. But I have to slowly stretch the limit, slowly. Hopefully the future stream I'll be back to like 3-4 hours at the very least. Okay, at least that's my intention, because if I'm gonna like gain more subscriber, like people who keep subscribing to me in a way, like I would love for them to come to my live stream, not just because they only watch my live stream after I live streamed it. Like, I will prefer, like, I know like 1-2 hours is always good, okay, don't get me wrong. Like I was told like by some people that they like 1 or 2 hours, not denying that. But chit chatting live stream, it's kind of like funny in a way, is that I hardly do like talking stream. like I have to be very careful with my live stream. If I don't do my normal live stream chit chatting, I think you guys will be considering, am I even doing it right? But yeah, I think you guys can see one of my eyes already start blinking already. It's because it actually mean that side of the brain is not working, and it's almost 1 hour on my side. I actually start the live stream at around 8:40 p.m. But at the same time, as much as I want to continue, I think that tomorrow morning I have to go for body checkup. So I'll have to end the stream around now. Normally it's like 9:30 plus. You see, like one thing, okay. But I think a proper rest. This will be how I'll be telling you guys from now on. So if any of you wondering why am I ending the live stream, yeah, it's basically due to my health, and I hope that will be at least that will help to question many of your idea and understanding. So with that being said, I would talk to many of you in at the next video or live stream. Tomorrow very unlikely for me to do live stream because the next day I have to wake up at freaking 6-7 and then start preparing to go out for a rehab. So hope you guys can understand if I tomorrow do not do a live stream. But that being said, hope you guys all have a nice day. All night. Bye bye.